Hi, I'm Luciano Johnson. I'm the Digital Preservation Librarian at the Frick Art Reference Library. The assets that we create here come from negatives that were actually photo expeditions funded by the Frick family between the early 20s and the late 60s. And they sent photographers to small private and public collections across the United States, in some cases around the world, to photograph artwork. In some cases, the artwork that we photographed, we might have the only existing copy of that artwork. So it's really important for us that we can preserve this stuff in our archive, and we needed a way that we could track and preserve this information because it costs a lot to do this, and especially in some ways as a nonprofit, you really can't waste money. One of the most important things for us as an educational institution was to get our images out to the public. So we needed also, in our DAM solution, we needed a way to push images out not only to the public, but for us it's important that we can allow people to come in and comment on those images. So we needed a way to allow trusted users to authenticate. And in our case, this means art historians, experts in their field, to come in, look at the metadata of our assets, make comments that then would go to our experts here to review, and then eventually integrate those into the asset management system. Because for us, the data really is a large part of the asset. The information is what people are looking for, not just the image. What we were looking for was a solution that was sort of a one-stop shop that would provide us with a way to upload our assets, manage QC of the assets, and then archive the assets in a somewhat permanent basis. So we had looked at a number of other solutions. None of them actually worked for us, and none of them provided the functionality across the board that we wanted. So we ended up talking to IO Integration, and they came in, they demoed their software for us, and they were actually able to show us sort of in that moment, in action, things that we wanted to accomplish with the system that we were looking for. We were able to get a solution that got up and running with almost zero downtime through IO Integration, which was great for us. And they gave us a couple of weeks to iron out any sort of issues. And we went through those issues time and time again. They worked with us until we got it the way that we wanted the system to be. So IO Integration has been great at accommodating, customizing, and building our system specifically for what we want. Even just using Impress's en-route along with Xinet allows us to cut down on a lot of manual metadata entry that we were doing before, and now that's all automated. So it'll actually pull out the information it needs from the metadata that somebody put into the uploader and route that file based on that to where it's supposed to be in the directory. So this allowed us to track everything, publish everything out, and automate a lot of things that would have taken a lot of staff time. Another great aspect of the system is its ability to take an asset and generate any kind of file on the fly for you. And also what you can do is, if you don't want to do it that way, if you want to have those assets already available, you can create hot folders that will actually create different sizes of the images. So now instead of using staff time to create all these derivatives, we can just either do them on the fly or automatically generate them through Xinet. We probably had about 20,000 images, and now we have over 300,000 TIFF files alone, and that's not including PDFs and JPEGs and other files that might be on the system in video. One of the main things we want to do in the future as well is get our images, get the images that we've made public out to the public as smoothly as possible, and that means we want to be able to use social networking and things like that. And we've been working now with IO Integration to actually create a way to allow us to do that. I've never had a time where I was worried that they weren't going to pick up a ticket in a very short amount of time, no matter how minor or how major the issue. They always respond nearly immediately. And one of the great things about the engineers at IO Integration is that they'll actually walk you through, they'll log onto the system along with you, walk you through every step in the solution process if you'd like. But it's really great to have someone who's willing to share that knowledge so that I can solve many of our minor issues on my own, and then they can pay attention to the more complicated stuff. And it's a good partnership.